So you have to wonder, like, if the inventor of nunchucks was like, this is gonna hurt you as much as it's gonna hurt me.
No.
Welcome to the Elusive History Podcast.
You found us.
We are a hard-to-find history podcast. Harder to find, in fact, than an affordable housing option. I'm your host, breather of oxygen,
Show off.
no, and Furby summoner, Levi Van Scoik.
And I'm your other host, petrichor enthusiast and amateur couch surfer,
Nice.
Lyndsay Burnett.
At the top of the show, we like to fire off a quick existential warning. Listen, some of this stuff isn't super good for your mental health. So, if you feel like you need to take a break and go touch grass, listen, we get it. Some of this stuff can be pretty rough.
Absolutely.
This is part 2 of our complicated karma series of weird deaths.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So where we left off last time
What
was...
we're going to say, we had a plan, lady.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, much like the mosquitoes in Michigan that can't secrete the pain-killing enzyme that allows you to not feel them bite you, we're just going to jump right in without any foreplay and just bite the skin. Go right in.
Stab it right back in. All right,
Yeah.
okay. So it's like that.
Yeah. George Plantagenet, Duke of Clarence.
There's a name. Holy cow.
18 February, 1478.
Okay.
The first Duke of Clarence was allegedly executed by drowning in a barrel of Malmsey wine.
They drowned him to death in wine?
Apparently his own choice, once he accepted he was to be killed.
Okay.
So they were like, hey, how do you want to be executed? He's like, drown in wine.
Oh, well, Charles the Eighth of France.
I'm just going to say Charles the sequel from now on because I'm not good with Roman numerals.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the little thumbnail. Oh my god, that man, his face is definitely ancient noble. Okay, so 7th of April, 1498.
Day before my birthday. Mm-hmm. Definitely, yep.
The French king died as the result of striking his head on the lintel of a door while on his way to watch a game of real tennis.
Wow. Just
What?
So real tennis was like a racquetball, kind of like tennis. It was like an indoor version of tennis, but you could use a wall.
Oh, wait, that's the really violent one, right? That people got hurt all the time because they can lob them really hard at each other?
Oh, I think you're thinking of Highlight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Anyway, yeah, so
So he died on the way to the tennis match.
remember that king from the last episode that died when he was trying to go rape that girl?
Yeah.
He also died from hitting a lintel on a doorway.
On a horse.
So, if you're in a royal bloodline, stay away from doors.
And horses, apparently.
Well, I mean, he ran. This guy died as striking his head on the...
God.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know
There's
if there
no
was
horse in there.
there
I
was
added
no
the horse.
involvement. Yeah.
Yeah. The myth of the horse. Victims
Wait,
of...
no, you read that one. Give me this.
Oh!
Victims of the 1518 dancing plague.
Okay.
Ergotism.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh.
July 1518. Several people died of either heart attacks, strokes, or exhaustion during the dancing mania that occurred in Strasbourg, Alsace. That was the Holy Roman Empire at that time. Strasbourg, Germany.
I just saw a video about this the other day.
Yeah.
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 Oh, apparently it started out with one girl who was dancing and
Mm-hmm.
had a fervor, and multiple people picked up after the one girl. They said it was almost like a virus, and the people there was over 10 people that danced themselves to death.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was because of ergot. Because of the rye grain. There's a fungus called ergot that's actually lysergic acid, which is an LSD, which causes...
Which would explain why they thought it acted like a virus. Pietro Artino, 21st of October, 1556. The influential Italian author and libertine is said to have died of suffocation from laughing too much at an obscene joke during a meal in Venice. Oh my god! So somebody told a dirty joke and he lost it.
Told a dirty joke and he was done.
Yep.
That was it. Okay, we got another sequel. Henry II of France.
All right.
10 July 1559.
Henry!
On 30 June 1559, a tournament was held near the Palace de Vosges.
Okay.
I guess.
Sure.
To celebrate the peace of Chateau Chambresis with the French king's longtime enemies, the Habsburgs of Austria, and to celebrate the marriage of his daughter Elizabeth of Valois, or Valois?
Valois.
To King Philip II of Spain, another sequel.
Okay.
During the jousting match, Henry, wearing the colors of his mistress, Diane de Poitiers, was wounded in the eye by a fragment of splintered lance of Gabriel Montgomery, the captain of the Scottish Guard. Mm-hmm. Despite the efforts of royal surgeons, Ambrose Paré and Andreas Vesalius, the court doctors, ultimately advocated a wait-and-see strategy. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what you when you get an eye spear. That's what you want to wait and see.
Right.
You don't want to just jump the gun.
Don't touch it.
Don't take it out. It's great in there.
It'll take care of itself on its own. Yeah.
Listen, if it's legitimate eye pencil, it'll find a way of figuring itself out.
Oh my God.
Yeah. As a result, the king's untreated eye and brain damage led to his death by sepsis 10 days later.
Yeah.
Oh.
I actually know a little bit about this whole story. Do you want to know about it?
His death played a significant role in the decline of jousting as a sport, particularly in France. Yes,
Right.
I would love to know more.
Okay, so he was not addicted, but totally into the whole jousting tournament sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
I mean, who else goes to jousting if they're not into it?
So de Poitiers was his mistress, who was 20 years older than her. He grew.
Wait, she was 20 years older than her?
Him.
Okay,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
They grew up together. She basically, that's fucked up. Anyways, so he was paying attention to her while his wife was still sitting there as well. Mm-hmm. And that's how he caught the joust in the eye, because the story is that his attention was on his mistress, right? Mm-hmm. And so when that happened, by the way, they also said, hey, you shouldn't be going to joust, because what happens if you die? And then he ended up.
Yeah.
So
Freddy foreshadowing.
Hence why he had a big hand.
For the people at home, since this is an audio medium, when she made that mouth farty noise, she also ran her fingers across her throat, which we all know from Guardians of the Galaxy is the international symbol for take him out, take him down.
Right, that one.
Do your stuff.
I keep forgetting it's an audio medium.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. The pantomime doesn't work here.
No. Hans Stallinger.
Yeah, nice.
1567. The burgomaster of Brunau, then Bavaria, now Austria.
Then Germany, now not now still
what?
Germany.
Okay. Died when he broke his neck by tripping over his own beard.
Oh, hell. Okay, I need to get in there and trim.
No, I think you're safe, because it says here the beard was 4.5 feet.
Wow.
Or 1.4 meters.
That's a lot of beard.
That's insane.
That man had no problem with commitment. Ladies, if you want to find a man who's not afraid of commitment, get a man with a beard. You know why? Because they have thought about cutting that beard every second of every day, because, spoiler alert, they don't feel very good sometimes on your face. Mm-mm. Anyway.
I think the funniest part of the story, though, is that he kept his beard rolled up and in a leather pouch.
Normally. Yeah.
Except for the one time that he fell on it.
That's how Final Destinations worked. I mean, you open a can of potted meat. You can do it any other time in your life and not have to worry. But when death is hunting you with a closet full of fish hooks, listen, you don't open the potted meat. Well, or then you die of starvation. Either way, the death from Final Destination will get you. Marco Antonio Bragadin.
Hey.
Yeah. 17 August 1571.
Okay.
Oh, God.
What did he do?
The Venetian captain general of Famagusta in Cyprus was gruesomely killed after the Ottomans took over the city. He was dragged around the walls with sacks of earth and stone on his back.
Oh, my God.
Next, he was tied to a chair and hoisted to the yardarm of the Turkish flagship, where he was exposed to the taunts of the sailors. And let me tell you, as a sailor, we're
vicious.
As a sailor, we can taunt. Oh, my God. I can't tell you the amount of things that I have just traumatized with taunts. Those French guys from, Monty Python and the Holy Grail that were up there? Mm-hmm. Nothing on sailors.
Yeah.
Sailors will destroy you with their taunts, apparently. Okay.
Apparently.
Finally, he was taken to his place of execution in the main square, tied naked to a column and flayed alive. Bragadin's skin was stuffed with straw and sewn, reinvested with his military insignia, and exhibited riding an ox on a mocking procession along the streets of Famagusta.
Wait, they taxidermied this fool?
Yes, after killing him, they sewed his military insignia
Onto
his
his
skin, and then put him on an ox in a mocking procession.
Okay.
And then
I mean, I would have thought being stuffed with straw was mocking enough, but...
hold on. The macabre trophy was hoisted upon the masthead pennant of the personal galley of the Ottoman commander Emir al-Bahar Mustafa Pasha to be taken to Constantinople as a gift for Sultan Selim II.
Oh my
also a sequel.
God.
Bragadin's skin was stolen in 1580 by a Venetian seaman and brought back to Venice, where it was received as a returning hero.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Wow.
I just, I have no words for that.
Marco
My brain
Antonio Bragadin. Wow. Also,
That's something to brag it in about?
okay.
Sorry.
I was gonna say that I like how sailors are on both sides of this story. Like the taunting, right? The taunts, and then the guy rescues the skin. He's a Venetian sailor. Let's just go ahead and say that real quick.
Hey, I heard you were missing a disgrace king.
Hey, heard you, it's a nice skin you got there. It'd be a shame if someone stole it.
Oh my God.
This is macabre. Listen, we're giving all the respect to the deceased.
We are trying.
No, because that guy, he didn't deserve that. Let me just go say,
yeah, okay.
whatever he did not deserve that.
That is just insane.
Or he probably didn't deserve that. I don't know. I'm not a judge.
No.
I've never been elected. Well, I mean, I've been an amateur judge to like woodland creatures and things like that. Like, no, guilty. And then like my bird fight club that I have in the yard.
You're wrong. That is so wrong.
I'm on Team Cardinal.
I love it though. Okay.
right.
Tycho Brahe, 24 October, 1601.
Ooh.
The astronomer contracted a bladder or kidney ailment
That'll happen.
after attending a banquet in Prague
That'll happen.
and died 11 days later.
Okay.
According to Johannes Kepler's first-hand account, Brahe had refused to leave the banquet to relieve himself because it would have been a breach of etiquette.
I am too polite to pee.
I'm sorry I have to hold it in because people...
It is rude, you see.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah, here it comes.
After he returned home, he was no longer able to urinate except eventually in very small quantities without excruciating pain. I've taken care of patients that had that. Holy cow.
So, friend of the pod, Dr. Cavahoda, he, like I said, he posted that thing on Twitter that said if you wait too long to poop, those muscles that are telling you have to go poop, when you're ready to go poop, they won't respond sometimes. So
It's worse than that with a male bladder because the prostate
right.
swells up and ends up constricting the ureter so that the liquid
I just like
is
saying
not...
the word epididymis.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, this is not a medical podcast.
This is not a medical
I don't need to get into that.
podcast.
Anyways, so apparently he passed away in excruciating pain, though initially ascribed to a kidney stone and later still potentially mercury poisoning.
Friend of the pod, mercury poisoning.
Modern analysis indicates that Brahe's death resulted from a fatal case of uremia caused by inflammation.
Inflamed prostate.
Yep, that's just what I was saying.
Uremia.
Uremia.
That is a pretty word. Uremia.
But also a nightmare way of dying.
Right.
So.
Hey, guys, if you have to pee, go pee.
Yeah.
Like, in Liar Liar, with Jim Carrey, when the judge is like, do you have to pee? And he was like, yeah. If you don't pee, you can cause bladder damage and even the inability to sustain an erection.
That's exactly
and he's like,
it.
is that true? Well, it's got to be. So, like...
sustain an erection or his life.
Oh, my God.
Potato.
Oh, my God. Did you feel that?
Can you feel that?
We just jumped epochs because now we are in the early modern period.
Ooh. awesome. What does that even mean?
That means after the Renaissance.
Oh, okay.
Before the 1800s when... Yeah, that's pretty much accurate.
Look, I know this is a history podcast, but I don't know everything. So.
Listen, yeah, okay. So, Safi of Persia, during the early modern period, 1642. Friend of the pod, 1642.
The entire year?
The whole year.
That's why we have radio silence. Okay, go.
The Safavid ruler of Iran allegedly died due to alcohol intoxication in a drinking contest against a Georgian nobleman.
Okay.
Sestin Shildzeds. I said that right. Invited from
Shildiz? Yeah, wow.
Invited from Mingrelia? Yeah, Mingrelia.
Sure.
That kind of sounds like a Star Wars planet. Also a place where you'd probably die from alcohol poisoning.
I mean, that sounds like a sailor story, too.
Are you talking about me and the Habasaki?
Look, man, I have heard of more sailors drinking more alcohol than any other group of individuals and still functioning.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
To our undoing.
To your detriment.
I know that one. That's Urquhart.
Thomas Urquhart?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1660, Thomas Urquhart, the Scottish aristocrat, polymath, and first translator of Francois Rabelais.
You should do it in your Scottish accent.
No.
Come on.
I can't do it.
Try it out. Stretch it out. See it.
The Scottish... I can't even say it in English. The Scottish aristocrat, polymath, and first translator of Francois Rabelais' writings into English is said to have died laughing upon hearing that Charles II had taken the throne. Oh, King Charlie. He's like, do what?
Chuck's sitting on the throne. I don't think so.
It's time to leave. Oh my God.
This guy.
What is with all these people laughing themselves to death? Like, aneurysms abound.
Look, I've covered this before in the last podcast. It's what the judge was warning the weasels about. You want to die like your idiot cousins? You know what happens when you can't stop laughing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I keep it to a minimum. The weasels taught me. Like, that was my first 1,000 ways to die. Because listen, when they were in that dip thing where they turn the trolley into the dip thing with the rolly brush and the fire spray like nozzle and like all the weapons, that was my first, like, you know, that and RoboCop were my experiences with death. So like yeah.
You live an interesting life, my love.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank God.
James Betts, who does not have a picture, 1667, died from asphyxiation after being sealed in a cupboard by Elizabeth Spencer at Corpus Christi College, Cambridge, in an attempt to hide him from her father, John Spencer.
So, no, Father, I don't have a man in here.
He's not in there.
Explain the dead body.
Explain the knocking sounds and gasping that I'm hearing.
Wait, it stopped.
Is that the wall wheezing? Is it wheezing? Do you have a ghost? I don't think so.
We do now.
We do now? Oh.
Cover ghost.
Oh, God, that was so fast. You hit me so fast. It was like a Mike Tyson knockout. Wow. Yeah, we got a fresh ghost.
Can't take him away from me now, Paul.
He's with us forever now.
Well, in that closet, at least. Oh, my God. Wow, sorry. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Bless up, King.
I mean,
you died chasing a dream.
He did. He was chasing a tail. A dream.
He was chasing a dream. Don't minimize his romantic heart, because that man...
She killed him.
Yeah, murdered by cupboard.
He died looking for what he loved.
Well, you remember the Indian in the cupboard?
Yeah.
I gotta wonder if they died each time they put him in there, if they were just like, or if he was the inspiration for that story. It's like, no, there wasn't a guy in there totally before. And then poof.
No, it's not an Indian. It's Francois or whatever his name was.
His name was James Betts.
Oh, James.
And you put the respect on his name.
Francois is the one I'm going to read.
Yeah, Francois.
There we go. Francois Vatel. 24th of April, 1671.
Friend of the pod.
The Major Domo.
The
the major domo of Prince Louis II
Sequel.
de Bourbon Conde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good dish that I would order.
Now I'm hungry. Was responsible for a banquet for 2,000 people, hosted in.
Oh, yeah, this. Okay.
Oh, what? You know about this one?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so he was
Where are
responsible
my
for
fish?
a banquet. Shut up! He was responsible for a banquet for 2,000 people, hoisted in honor of King Louis the 14th.
Sequel.
King Louis the 14th at Chateau de Chantilly,
Yeah, Chantilly.
where he died.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because we know that. According to a letter by Madame de
Savin.
Sevin? Okay.
Sevin.
Madame de Sevin. Vattel was so distraught about the lateness of the seafood delivery and about other mishaps that he committed suicide with his sword.
Yes.
And his body was discovered when someone came to tell him of the arrival of the fish. Oh my fuck. He's like, that's it. I'm done.
That's it.
Dude, that is some metal ass shit.
Now, you want to talk about my super sweet 16th. Like the Bridezilla energy.
God damn.
It's like I have to commit seppuku. Seppuku.
Had he waited like what, an hour?
Not even. It was
even?
minutes. They ran.
Jesus.
That's how they found him. They're like, "Hey, the fish is here." And, oh shit! What did you do to
Looks
yourself?
like you need a moment.
The fish is here, guys.
Wow.
Moliere. 17th February 1673.
I love that accent.
The French playwright suffered pulmonary hemorrhage caused by tuberculosis while playing the part of a hypochondriac
Wait, what?
in his own play La Maladie Imaginaire. The imagined.
The imagined sickness.
Yes, imagined malady.
The imaginary sickness. Yeah.
He disguised his convulsion as part of his performance and finished out the show, which ends with his character dead in a chair. After the show, he was carried to a chair in his house where he died.
Oh my god.
Bless up, King. Now that is like, oh my god. You want to talk about method acting?
I was just gonna say, apparently drama kids never change, huh?
You hear that, Christian Bale? You ain't shit. You ain't nothing.
Yeah, but did you die for your part?
Did you die for your part? Like, what is my motivation? I'm going to die in a chair. Sell it. Use it. He used it.
Oh, is he using it? Is that, hey guys, is he faking? Hey, he's convulsing. No, I'm fine.
Don't break the fourth wall.
My name will be remembered.
Henri, no, don't do it.
Moliere. We don't know if he was Henri. It was just Moliere.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Nice. You want me to do that one?
Yeah, that's all the fuck you.
Oh, God.
We apologize in advance for
We
our
are a
poor...
culturally sensitive podcast.
Yes.
By Sati das by Diala.
That is a heck of a name.
1675. It's multiple names, baby. The trio are revered as early Sikh martyrs.
Okay.
By the order of the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb. Bhai Mati Das was executed by being bound between two pillars and sawn in half.
Holy shit! That takes Samson to a whole nother
Was that
level.
from the top to the bottom or the bottom to the top? Or side
Or in
to side?
half.
We both, okay, this is an audio medium.
We both looked
did
right back at the article.
We both looked like velociraptors. Like
just right back to...
yeah, like velociraptor. What is this? Okay, and it doesn't say. While his younger brother, Bhai Sati Das, was wrapped in cotton wool, soaked in oil, and set on fire. And Bhai Dayala...
They made him a tiki torch?
Yeah.
Ow!
Wow. Oh.
Sorry.
And Bhai Dahlia was boiled in a cauldron full of water and roasted over a block of charcoal. Okay.
Bhai Dahlia soup and a tiki torch.
And, I guess, mushi?
Mushi?
Oof.
Don't you mean sashimi?
No, well,
If
okay.
we're food-based
hold
here.
on now. I'm going to pull out my text and I need you to know something. So when I lived in the great Lone Star State, all right, and I'd go out to barbecues and whatnot, they would often accuse me of being a foreigner because of the way that I like my steak cooked to the point of not having parasites.
Oh.
And I coined a phrase back then. I said, no, I do not enjoy mushi, which I call, like, raw cow.
Oh!
Which is why I call it mushi, you see. Anyway, I got made fun of ceaselessly in the great state because if you eat your meat above raw in that state, you are a communist and you are an agent of evil.
Gross!
Yeah. Anyway, that was... I love Texas.
Thank you for sharing that part, I think. Anyways.
Hey, mushi.
Thomas Otway. 14th of April, 1685.
A lot of people die in April.
I was just going to say, what the hell is it with the spring? People are like, that's it? I'm sick of the cold. I'm dying.
It's warming up. Look, I don't want to make it through another summer, is why we die in April.
I feel like it's my time.
It is pretty in April.
The English dramatist fell on hard times and was...
You should do it with a British accent.
Stop it!
Okay. The English dramatist fell on hard times and was suffering from poverty in these later years, and was driven by starvation to beg for food.
Oh.
A gentleman who recognized him gave him a guinea, which he hastened to a baker's shop, purchased a roll, and choked to death on the very first mouthful.
Holy shit!
Was that better in a British accent?
Yeah, it was.
Thomas Otway. Bless up, big king.
So he fell on hard times, ended up homeless, begged for some food, got some food, and died of the food.
From the first bite.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was back before they knew how to give the Heimlich, right? Yeah.
One would assume. Friend of the pod, artificial respiration.
Jean-Baptiste Lully.
Yeah, beautiful.
22nd of March, 1687.
Good year.
The French composer died of gangrenous abscesses after accidentally piercing his foot with a staff while he vigorously conducted a tatum. It was customary at the time to conduct by banging a staff on the floor. He refused to have his leg amputated so he could still dance. Wait. So he was conducting a song.
No. So, Te Deum is where we get ta-da from. It's when they bang the staff on the floor. Like, so they used to... You're a classically trained violinist.
Yeah,
so you know this. They used to have a staff, sort of like you know how marching bands have the guy that does the...
Yeah.
So they would bang the staff, and the Te Deum was the ending. So with the crescendo and the crash, they would ta-da. That's what ta-da, Te Deum.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So when did it go from that big stick to the little stick in their
probably
fingers?
after this fucking guy
After he died?
After he died.
Let's see. How can we do this so that people understand what
We're
I'm
going to
doing?
need a much smaller...
Let's wave a straw around. There you go.
What is that thing called that people... Like, baton. We need a much smaller baton. Henri, no. The baton that kills him. He don't understand. We need a smaller one.
We cannot risk it again.
Never again. Well, yeah. Wow.
I'm trying to be culturally sensitive.
We are a culturally sensitive podcast.
And then I did that horrible accent. So anyways, Frederick, Prince of Wales, is the next on the list.
Oh my God, I love whales. Especially orcas. Oh. Okay.
No, wrong whale.
Not the cetaceans.
31 March, 1751.
Mm-hmm.
That was a year. The son of George II
Sequel.
of Great Britain and father of George III
Another sequel.
died of pulmonary embolisms.
Oh.
But was commonly claimed to have been killed by being struck by a cricket ball.
Mm-hmm.
So basically he had a...
Okay.
Okay. So he had a deep vein thrombosis that threw a clot. Died of that, but somebody else was like, no, dude. He died of a ball right to the... That was
Which
it.
could have caused the pulmonary embolism.
True. Shoot. Which came first?
Isn't that how Bruce Lee died? No, Bruce Lee died of dehydration.
Oh.
Oh.
I was going to say, which came first, the chicken or the egg? The ball or the
The
embolism?
dinosaur.
Oh, the dinosaur.
The dinosaur mutated and evolved into the chicken who laid an egg. Dinosaurs laid eggs before chickens. So if you want to say which came first, dinosaurs did. And before that, well, I don't know. I guess we go all the way back to single-cell organisms.
Okay.
Yeah, primordial soup. Here we go. Henry Hall.
Henry Hall?
I got an easy one. Henry Hall.
Oh, there you go.
I wonder I wonder if he's British. 8 December 1755. Wow. 1755, and this is a 94-year-old British lighthouse keeper.
Oh, wow. He must have been a hermit.
Let's take a minute.
I hate people. I'm going to go take care of a light.
The hate, the misanthropic hate that he had kept him alive.
And the ocean mist.
This is when 35 was a senior citizen.
Oh.
This man made it to 94.
Damn.
And he's a British lighthouse keeper.
All right, so what happened to him?
Died several days after fighting a fire at Rudyard's Tower, during which molten lead from the roof fell down his throat.
Oh my God.
His autopsy revealed that the diaphragmatic upper mouth of the stomach greatly inflamed and ulcerated, and the tunicea in the lower part of the stomach burnt.
Oh.
And from the great cavity, it took out a great piece of lead, which weighed exactly 7 ounces, 5 drachms, and 18 grams.
So that was a big nugget.
Yeah.
Dude, he had to have been standing there with his mouth open.
Yeah.
Looking up.
Wow.
Oh my heavens.
The piece of lead is currently in the collection of the National Museum of Scotland.
Here's the piece right here that took him out.
Oh my God. Dear.
That's really hard to make a joke of. Like,
it really is.
I mean, damn.
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh. Did we just make it to the Industrial Revolution?
Is it time for a commercial?
It is time for a commercial. During the Industrial Revolution is when commercials were invented. Was
it?
I assume.
Oh.
I mean, unless there was some guy that was like back in ancient Greece that was like, hey, buy my clams for drachma. Here's a sign. We are a culturally sensitive podcast.
They would not have had that accent, that's for certain.
Malacca!
Anyways, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back with an apology. We're back, and I'm sorry that I said Malacca.
So very sorry.
I play a lot of Assassin's Creed game. What is the plural for that? Assassin's Creed? Or would it be Assassin's Creeds?
Assassin's Creed?
Yeah. Games.
Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah. Anyway, friend of the pod, Assassin's Creed.
Well, the point is that you pick up things in different languages.
Oh my God. Remember when I learned how to say shit in ancient Egyptian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Neck.
And then we pull these things out to share with you guys and random strangers who decide to, just small talk with us.
Well, that's also when I found out the book title of my third book, The Book of Mao.
Right.
Because the word for cat in ancient Egyptian was Mao.
M-A-U.
M-A-U.
Yeah.
Which is described as being the sound that they made. And Egyptian dogs, in the fourth book of my series, is called the Book of Ew-Ew. Mm-hmm. Because that's what Egyptian dogs were called, was ew-ews.
And the funny thing about that is there is no real translation, not translation, but like you can't look up what does ew, how do you say that exactly?
It's IW.
So ew.
Ew. We
or
have
ew. No, it's only ew.
That's well, it says described as the way that they make the sound. So
makes sense.
It was probably closer to what you just did. So we have arrived at the Industrial Revolution.
Oh yay!
We have oil and smoke and coal and an internal combustion engine.
Time to drop the bombs.
Bad choices. John Cummings.
All right, Cummings, what's he do?
March 1809. Oh, God, this one. Okay, guys, buckle up. After seeing a circus knife swallower, Seaman John Cummings began... Sailor, friend of the pod.
Oh, no.
Seaman John Cummings began actually swallowing knives.
Oh, no.
On one occasion, he swallowed 4 knives. And quickly passed 3 with no ill health.
Wait. He just swallowed them. He
didn't know. This is why.
He watched one guy swallow it, pull it back out, and went, you know what would be better?
You know what would be better?
I'll just
swallow it. I'm
eat
hungry.
The whole damn thing.
I'm hungry for knives.
And then passed 3 of them?
Yeah. With no ill health at all.
Okay.
He later swallowed 14 knives, and after some days with abdominal pain, he passed all of them. He finally swallowed 20 knives and a clasp knife case, but after a few days, he only passed the case.
Oh.
He died after 4 years in pain. On autopsy, a knife blade and spring were found in his intestines, and between 30 and 40 fragments of metal, wood, and horn in his stomach.
Oh my God!
So, Yep.
He didn't learn.
Oh, we covered this in an
He didn't
episode.
learn. Why? Oh, yes. Just
Harkening back to our episode "Food That Kills You, but Not in the Ways You Think."
Flashback.
Flashback. Choo 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 choo. Or hold on, we should do the podcast noise that we know for the time machine.
No.
No,
No.
not that one. So we'll make our own.
I hate that noise. There you go.
There we go. Yeah.
So this one's the victims of the London beer flood from October 17th, 1814.
Friend of the pod.
At Moe & Co. Horseshoe Brewery.
It's spelled MEUX, and the only reason I know how to do that is because people in my family have dogs named Fido that are spelled PHIDEAUX.
Well, and people in your family also spoke French. Anyways.
Wow. Wait, I can't do that. I said I was supposed to say.
Stop it. A 22-foot tall woven vat of fermenting porter burst, causing chain reactions and destroying several large beer barrels. The beer subsequently flooded the nearby slum and killed 8 people.
It doesn't say what those 8 people were at a wake for a Irish child
In a basement.
and they drowned, dying from the alcohol poisoning.
And several people also subsequently died from alcohol poisoning as a result of the vaporized liquid.
Yeah, just breathing it in because it gets in your lungs. And yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's harsh.
That's rough.
I didn't remember that part from the story, so
I didn't really want to cover it because it was nightmarish enough. A
All
wall
right.
of beer. Well, also we did the molasses that time and the bread. Oh, and yeah. Okay. Anyway, go listen to it. It's really good. William Snyder, 11 January 1854. The 13-year-old died in San Francisco, California, reportedly after a circus clown swung him around by his heels.
Okay. That is horrible.
Mike Jones is probably laughing so hard right now.
Because of the clowns?
Anytime we reference a clown, we need to just whoop, whoop. Just reference throughout to Mike Jones. Bless up, King. What? Go ahead.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out how
Matilda of Austria?
Oh, okay. Matilda of Austria. I thought that was Mathilda. Because it's TH.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right.
Matilda of Austria, June 6, 1867.
Uh-huh.
Stop laughing at
Okay.
me. The daughter of Archduke...
Albrecht.
The daughter of Archduke Albrecht, Duke of Treschen,
Yeah?
set her dress on fire while trying to hide a cigarette from her father, who had forbidden her from smoking.
Well, she did a lot more smoking after that.
Oh.
Too soon? 1867.
Oh, and they had yards and yards and yards of fabric. Oh, is that why they took pockets out of dresses?
Probably.
Actually, no, I know the real reason.
They said women were up to no good.
Yeah, they were afraid that they were going to be passing messages or poison or stuff in there.
I mean, fair enough. But also take away the men's pockets, too, because we...
Right, right.
We should not have pockets either. Do I have any? No, I have nothing in my pockets.
No.
Clement Vallandigham.
Okay.
17 June 1871. The American politician and lawyer who was defending a man accused of murder accidentally shot himself while demonstrating how the victim might have done so.
Oh, my God.
His client was acquitted.
Oh, my God.
You better call Saul.
That is
Or Clement.
way too much commitment to get your client off the case.
I mean,
Why
you want
would
to talk about the best lawyer
Oh, my God.
in the afterlife. Like, that's the guy I want defending me. Look, no, Your Honor. These accusations are scurrilous at best. How dare you, sir? I don't know why I gave him that.
I don't either, but I'm still
like
just...
the rooster lawyer from... I could see the rooster lawyer from Futurama doing that.
Well, it's 1872. You never know.
Yeah.
Could have been.
They all sound like Foghorn Leghorn back then. Well, I'll say boy. Sir, except for the British ones. They're like, oh, I do say.
I do say. Sir William Payne Galloway. Sir William Payne Galloway, 2nd Baronet.
Ooh.
19th of December, 1881. The former British MP died after sustaining several internal injuries when he fell on a turnip while hunting.
Hunching?
Okay, that totally changed the story there. I meant to say hunting.
Hunching is what we call in the South as having sex.
I know, that's why I said
Okay.
it just totally... But yeah, he fell on a turnip.
Fell on a turnip. That also sounds like a country song.
My God. I can't see anything other now. Okay. Yeah.
Bless up. Rest in peace. Rest in respect.
Yeah.
I mean, he was an MP. I mean,
Tell him so kill you.
who was that MP that was like, be a good boy?
I don't know his name.
We will have order. That guy was my favorite.
He was hilarious.
Yes. As we alluded to in the very first episode, we have arrived to Alan Pinkerton. 1 July, 1884. The founder of the Pinkerton Detective Agency tripped on the pavement and severely bit his tongue, which became infected with gangrene.
You know what's funny?
Everything.
I actually knew a kid that decided that he was going to pierce his own tongue because he wanted it. And we grew up in a really religious household. Anyways, he went and got a guitar string and pierced him with it, but he didn't get it hot or anything, so it got gangrenous. Luckily, it was, in the 90s, so they were able to take him to the fucking doctor. But,
oh, man.
I can't imagine.
Did it for his musical career.
Yeah. Oh, my God. He was made fun of for so long after that. But, anyways. Well, this one just simply said, unknown Iraqi male.
Uh-oh.
22nd of August, 1888.
Friend of the pod, 1888.
Around 8:30 p.m. Stop it.
Okay.
Around 8:30 p.m., a shower of meteorites fell rain on a village in Sulaymaniyah, Iraq.
Sulaymaniyah, yeah.
Then part of the Ottoman Empire. One man died and another was paralyzed. His death is considered the only credible case of death by meteorite. Holy shit!
Which is also why it's unknown Iraqi male.
Right.
Because they were not able to find
who he was.
Right.
Wow. Could you imagine? It's rare enough as it is to be alive. Period. Right? But then to be hit by a freak meteor storm?
I'm going to say that guy probably didn't have good karma.
I'm wondering.
I mean, like, somebody was like, karmic suggestion box. Listen, if unknown Iraqi male, we don't know his name, so I don't want to be like, throw in any name.
Right.
This guy, dude, he's a dick. Just please. Just send some sort of justice.
Take him out.
And then he gets hit by a meteor. Like,
Dang.
Bridget Driscoll, 17 August 1896.
Okay.
The 44-year-old is the first recorded case of a pedestrian killed in a collision with a motor car in Great Britain. Was struck on the grounds of the Crystal Palace in London by a car belonging to the Anglo-French Motor Carriage Company while giving a demonstration.
Oh shit!
While giving demonstration rides. Oh my God. I can't help but notice that, like, most of these people that are in antiquity or even now are like empresses or like archdukes or like kings or whatever. I just want to point out that there's probably a bunch of people that died in a lot of weirder ways that didn't get written down into history.
But it probably got written with these people because they were famous enough to be written down.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
Empress Elizabeth of Austria.
Oh.
10th of September, 1898. Stabbed with a thin file by Italian anarchist Luigi Lucchini.
Nice.
While strolling through Geneva with her lady-in-waiting, Irma Sasteri. The wound pierced her pericardium and a lung. Her extremely tight corset held the wound closed, so she did not realize what had happened, believing a passerby had struck her, and walked on for some time before collapsing.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So had her stays not been on, she would have at least felt it a little bit.
Yep.
Dang.
Oh, we've arrived.
To what?
Remember the sporting event I talked about earlier?
Okay.
Victims of the Thanksgiving Day disaster. 29 November 1900.
Okay.
During the 1900, the big game American football match between the California Golden Bears and the Stanford Cardinal in San Francisco, a large crowd of people who did not want to pay the $1, equivalent to $37 in 2023, admission fee, gathered upon the roof of a glass-blowing factory to watch for free.
Oh, shoot.
The roof collapsed, spilling many spectators into a furnace. Of the hundreds of people on that roof, at least 100 people fell 4 stories to the factory floor.
Oh, God.
60 to 100 more people fell directly on top of the furnace, the surface temperature of which was estimated to be around 500 degrees.
God.
260 degrees Celsius. Fuel pipes were severed as a result of the roof collapse, spraying many victims with scalding hot oil. The fuel also ignited, setting many of the bodies on fire.
Oh, my God.
23 people were killed and over 100 more were injured.
Wow.
The disaster remains the deadliest accident at a sporting event in U.S. history.
That's insane.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Well, I don't know about you, but that kind of did it for me when it comes to the whole, unlucky. You want to make a mouth, make like a mouth diving noise or like a submarine noise?
Woo, woo, woo.
Okay. That's a noise. Crazy Ivan. We're gonna. This is where
Time to flip around.
Time to flip around and check our baffles.
Do a 180.
Give me one ping, Vasily. One ping and one ping only. We're gonna flip around and talk about the luckiest people in history,
Yes.
or just a few of them if we have time. Mm-hmm. Mauro Prosperi.
There's a name.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. His survival of a marathon in the Saharan desert is widely regarded as one of the most remarkable stories of luck and survival in history. In 1994, Prosperi was participating in the Marathon des Sables when he became lost in a sandstorm and was separated from other runners. Prosperi wandered aimlessly for several days, drinking his own urine and eating bats and snakes to survive.
I mean...
Bats are not easy to catch. Prosperi's incredible luck continued when he stumbled across an abandoned Muslim shrine where he was able to take shelter and conserve his energy.
Oh, wow.
After 9 days of wandering the desert, Prosperi was finally discovered by a nomadic family who took him in and provided him with food and water.
Oh, wow.
Despite suffering from dehydration and hallucinations, Prosperi was eventually rescued by a search and rescue team.
That's incredibly lucky.
This one's crazy.
So, Adam Rainier.
Rainer?
Adam Rainer?
Yeah, Rainer.
His life was marked by a remarkable stroke of luck, albeit in a rather unconventional way.
Mm-hmm.
Born in Austria in 1899, Rainer was diagnosed with dwarfism at a young age, which caused him to grow to a height of just 4 feet 6 inches tall.
Short king, bless up.
However, in his early 20s, Rainer experienced a sudden and inexplicable growth spurt that caused him to shoot up to a height of over 7 feet 8 inches, making him one of the tallest people in the world at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Rainer's remarkable change in height earned him a place in the Guinness World Records and made him a celebrity of sorts. However, his incredible luck was not without its drawbacks, as he suffered from a number of medical complications as a result of his abnormal growth. Despite undergoing a number of surgeries and medical procedures, Rainer eventually succumbed to his health problems and passed away in 1950.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. You know why?
Uh-uh.
Because the same thing happened to one of the Avengers. So Ant-Man, listen. In the original tale, Ant-Man could turn into Giant Man, but it caused him all kinds of health problems. So it's the same thing.
It's totally the same thing.
It's exactly the same thing.
I was about to say his connective tissues must have been so stretched.
Yeah.
That must have hurt so freaking much. I feel for him. To go from 4 foot
Talk
to...
about growing pains. Okay. Nichiren. During the 12th century, Nichiren was a prominent Japanese monk who significantly influenced the Japanese adaptation of Buddhism.
Okay.
However, his life was one of controversy and turmoil.
What's that? Oh, sorry.
Because he introduced Buddhism to Japan.
Oh, that's a hard road.
Yeah.
Okay.
He asked me why. I'm reading it to you. However, in his life of one of controversy and turmoil, he was sentenced to death by beheading. And the authorities felt that his writings were subversive and would undermine their power if it was allowed to spread.
Oh, wow.
However, with a literal stroke of good luck, Nichiren and managed to escape his doom when the executioner was struck and killed by lightning
Oh, shit!
when he raised his sword to kill Nichiren.
Oh, wow.
Nichiren was later released due to the strange circumstances, though he was still exiled and would later live out the rest of his life until old age. He amassed a following and became a prominent religious figure in the country, showing success can come even in the face of perceived doom, with a little bit of fate to lend a hand.
Could you imagine the notoriety that he would get at the time? Yeah, no. He got off from being beheaded because the executioner got killed.
He got electrocuted when he raised his sword to cut off. Yeah.
That's insane.
That's insane good luck.
But also, ow.
Right?
Anyways, Joan R. Ginther.
Nice.
Did you know you're more likely to get struck by an asteroid than win the lottery?
Yeah.
But
Call
that
back.
didn't stop Joan Ginther. Over the course of her life, she won the lottery an astounding 4 times.
What?
Baffling scientists everywhere. And it wasn't just measly $20 or $50 wins either. Each time she won multi-million-dollar payouts. It all started when she first won $5.4 million, only to win $2 million more a decade later. 2 years later, she won a cool $3 million, followed by a staggering $10 million in 2008.
Wow. You know what? Yeah, that's a good place. That is a good place to stop.
That's $20.4 million.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
So
Good for you, lady.
Man, you miss all the shots you don't take. So
Apparently.
wow. So yep. That's going to do it for us this week. Mm-hmm. Next week we're going to come back and we're going to bring you the modern era.
Yep.
We've finally made it here.
Catch it up to speed.
The land of segues and podcasters and live streams.
And Tide Pod deaths. Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Again, we're going to do a shout out. So my shout out this week is actually going to be episode specific. We've seen a lot of people pass away from really weird things.
Yeah.
But we don't hear about that stuff anymore because of doctors. And
Yeah.
I would like to shout out doctors and modern medicine for, saving people from, lead falling from roofs and whatnot.
The tireless work that you guys do to keep us from our stupid.
Friend of the pod.
Right? Well, I think it's interesting that you point that out. I would like to give a shout out to the teachers out there.
For teaching the teaching. Yep.
Yep, to help keep us on our toes with education so we know what not to do.
Right.
And keep out of the annals of history on stupid ways to die.
Right.
So, thank you, teachers, for all your hard work and getting that information into our brains.
Broadening our horizons and also teaching us about warning labels.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Speaking of warning labels, we always want to leave you with the best vibes. We want to leave you with, emerald vibes this time.
Emerald?
Unobtainium vibes.
Sure.
Okay. Speaking of warning labels, read those warning labels.
Yes.
Read them.
They're there for a reason.
Yes. If you get arrested, shut up. Don't say anything. They're
Lawyer.
not your friends. Yeah. And as always, stay
Elusive.
The Elusive History podcast was written by Lyndsay Burnett and Levi Van Scoik. Music by Levi Van Scoik. Editing by Lyndsay Burnett.